this is Yukiko. Today I'd like to talk about decision-making process, decisive decision-making process, and 5 steps to succeed in your business. There were 3 frogs on a lily pad in a pond, and one decided to jump off. How many frogs are left? You must have heard a variation of this from your teacher, speaker at the convention or at the seminar. And the answer is the frogs are still there. Nobody jumped because they merely made a decision, but they didn't take action. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill revealed a big secret that several millionaires at that time had a habit of making a decision quickly and kept them. And at that time, $1 million mark was approximately $25 million today. And then when he said making a decision, he meant also carrying out that decision. On the other hand, he found that people who failed, procrastinated, didn't make a decision, and if they tried to make a decision, chose whatever they chose, they changed their mind quickly and then quit them very quickly. So there are 5 top steps to come to making that definite decision. It is not a one-time decision, but it's a process that one goes through. And first one is to accept that people, they have a problem. They must accept the nature of the problem, and then they must accept how long they had that problem, the extent of that problem, and that they are sick and tired of having this problem, even though they don't know exactly how, but they are going to change their life and get rid of this problem somehow, and then live a different life, improve themselves. And then this is the first step. Then in the second step, they decide what needs to be changed and what they want in their life. They begin to get in touch with their dreams, desire, their big why, and then they begin to be able to see how their life looks like. It's not like they just have this horrible house, they don't want to live in it anymore, or they have a enormous debt and they just want to clear the debt. But they actually start to feel, sense, smell, and touch this thing, the life they want. It may be a new house, beautiful house, all the family members very happy and living in an incredible, beautiful place. It could be working with lots of people, doing the things they love. It could be many things, but they must start to have a clear sense of what it is that they want, and that they start to visualize it and dream about it, even make a goal card and read, recite every single day. This is the second step. And the third step is that they must shut their mind out to other opinions, that they will not be influenced by people, what they say, all the belief system that's thrown at them. And there are 3 evil forces that they must fight. First one is the establishment. That's from like 1960s language, the establishment. That is the government, large organizations, institutions, and maybe even companies. You know, I have nothing against having higher education, going to college, or even graduate school. But how it's set up in this system establishment society is that when people pay lots of money and spend years in education, there's no reward. They just have lots of higher degrees. They are in debts with student loans that they must repay, and they can't get a job. So something is really messed up in this system. So they are taught to get degrees, licenses, certificate, and work for the company on their terms, commuting 9 to 5, 5 to 6 days a week. When we have internet, why do we need to go to the office? They have a dress code that they must follow, and company rules they must follow. They're told what to do, how to live, what to think. They work hard and get a tiny profit. And then the rest is kept by the establishment's owner, high taxes, and maybe stock shareholders. What kind of life is that? You own a car, you have to wear good business clothing, spend more money, you spend money on the high fuel or commute on expensive train ride, and then support the expensive house that you don't live in. What kind of life is that? And then you don't see the kids. So that's just number one evil force. Number two evil force is the people you know, people you love, people you grew up with, your friends, family, relatives, maybe even neighbors, your loved ones. They love you in the name of love. They want you to do what they believe is the best thing for you and your family. You're stuck in their belief system. They make you feel guilty. They just know how to get you because they have power over you. They know you how to push your button, how to manipulate you. And they don't even mean bad or mean or, trying to mess you. They just think that is the best thing for you. So you fall for it. Number three, evil force is yourself and your limiting belief. In some way, that is the most dangerous one because you took on and conditioned and programmed by all the people you grew up with and the people who taught you and then influenced you. And then in fact, because you don't conform to the norm and the standard that's been built around you, you actually have no sense of self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence, and then you begin to give up your dreams. You try to live in somebody else's idea of what is happiness for you. So these three evil forces must be fought off. And how do you fight that? Well, you must find an organization, a community, a group of people who are in harmony and aligned with your core value and then your belief and your dream. You work with them, you exchange ideas, you get supported by them. In the old days, you had to meet everyone physically in a place, in a location. So it was much more difficult because you had to do a village or a town or, the state. You didn't want to drive around too much to do this. But nowadays, well, then there was a telephone conference. But nowadays, there's webinars, Google Hangout, live webcast. It is much easier to meet people, social media. So you must find a group that has enough digital communication capability, internet, Facebook closed group. You can chat, You can exchange ideas, you get supported, you inspire each other, and then you even have big events to meet together several times a year. So you must find an organization or community that has that kind of support. You need to work on your marketing skills, technology skills, and also personal development. All these things must be there for you. So that's what you quietly research without telling lots of other people, because they're going to think you're crazy. They'll try to stop you and discourage you and manipulate you to quit and get a job. And then if it's really a wonderful job, high paying, and you have all the great features and benefits, there's nothing wrong with the job. But most likely people don't have that today. So now, number 5 comes taking actually definite decisions. Napoleon Hill has studied founding fathers, American Revolution, and that what's needed is that courage even to risk one's own life. 57 founding fathers of Declaration of Independence had faith and courage that carried them, made a decisive decision and action that they took to create an independent nation called America today. So I'm Japanese, and I love the history of America. I love it. I live here. But you know, I have my own Japanese heritage, and when I think of faith, I think of taking a leap of faith. And there's a temple called Kiyomizu Temple in Japan, pure water temple in Japan, on a high hill overlooking hills and forests about 45 feet above. And there's a huge stage at the main temple. And when people make a decision, or when I have made major decisions in my life, I always have an image of jumping off this Kiyomizu Temple stage, leap of faith. So some type of spiritual element is there when you have courage and faith to take and make a decision to carry out into action. You have no fear. You have no doubt, no shadow of doubt whatsoever. You are committed to that decision you make and carry through that action. All you have is burning desire, strong commitment, faith, and courage. Burning desire, faith, and courage. One day, I was studying 12 Steps program and came across with the Serenity Prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change, and the wisdom to know the difference. So the wisdom to know the difference, what I can change, what I can't change. There's so much humility. And then when we have faith and courage to leap into taking action, decisive action, we actually believe in a force beyond ourselves. You can call it God, you don't have to. It could be the universe, it could be success principles. So we always go beyond ourselves, and that is why Mastermind Group, the whole psychic energy, the culture of supporting everyone together becomes greater than one individual's struggle. That is what's missing in corporate America and the culture that's been promoted by the establishment. That's why we need to join forces together. So what actually happened to the three frogs in this scenario? One's name is called Burning Desire, second one is Faith, and then third one is Courage. When they got together and decided to jump, they took decisive action and jumped together. And in the pond, what we now have is beautiful flower of lotus, symbol of peace, accomplishment, and harmony. Come visit me, my blog, abundanceishere.com, and let's go forward together. Lock arms together and see what we can accomplish when we make a decisive decision and carry that out together. See you on the inside.